Hey guys, welcome to the Mindset Arc podcast. Today I wanted to talk about some topic that is really content creation related, but probably with it can be applicable to a lot of things, to art, to whatever we are putting on in the world, or something that we can reflect on. So I was this is the experience I had in these 10 days of creating videos, like more than 10 days, but yeah, in this last couple of days of creating videos. At the start, when I just recorded a couple of first videos, it was really painful for me to go back and watch them, to go back and listen to my voice, because I didn't really like it. One of the points of this project was to learn to speak better, learn to convey my thoughts properly, just improve my how I sound, like how I can transmit my information, transmit my value to all of you. And of course, when just starting out, it can be painful to listen to something that you just recorded without any practice. You're basically a newbie. You don't know what you're doing. Like, I certainly don't know what I'm doing yet. It's only video 13, I guess. But the problem was that because of I didn't like how I sounded, because I didn't like my quality at all, it was hard for me to go back and listen to it. And you cannot really improve something that you cannot reflect on. Like, I didn't even know what I need to improve. And probably something will be improved with time, with practice, but you just cannot notice what you can focus on specifically if you don't go back and reflect on what you actually recorded. And I was constantly comparing myself to Andy, who is the cause of me starting all of this, like, and the inspiration of mine, and a couple of other podcasts which are started from pretty good level. And then I started listening to mine, and yeah, it was kind of painful. So I became locked in this state of, oh, it's all awful, I won't even try to listen to it. And then after one of the conversations with Andy, I realized that I can apply my gratitude techniques that I talked about in a couple of videos before. I can apply them to this, to content creation, to me putting out something, especially at the start. So even if it all really far away from what I'm trying to achieve by the end of it, that is totally okay, because I'm only just starting. And probably any of you who are just starting, or not at the point yet that you want to be, it can be really easy to get stuck in this mindset of, oh, it all sucks, everything I do sucks, and I want to, like, if you're still doing something, that is better than doing nothing, of course. Like, I won't say otherwise, like, you will still improve. But the next stage, I guess, of this acceptance of current state for me was to do something, record a video, process everything, and just forget that it exists. And it was kind of funny to think about it. Like, I certainly can go back and listen to something, and I will find something I can work with. And this notion of, oh, I will just forget it because it's uncomfortable to listen, it goes against the idea of improvement and even the idea of acceptance that I talked about previously, that it's good at the start to focus on accepting, accepting what your state is right now. And so I wanted to reflect a bit of progress that I made with it. So I specifically set myself a task of listening to what I had already recorded and trying to find something good in it, trying to be grateful for something that is already exists. And actually, when I stopped just labeling it all as bad and started listening, started opening my mind to what I actually did, to what I actually put out, I started noticing things that I actually liked. I liked some of the intonations I used. I liked some stages of my voice development that sometimes appears. And I also noticed the areas I want to focus on specifically. Some words, pronunciation, or just sometimes being more slowed down and all of this stuff. So I started noticing the details that I can focus on. But at the same time, I started noticing details that I can enhance upon. And for now, it's only the beginner stages. Even if I focus on them right now, it won't really change. It needs a little bit of practice, but still. I just wanted to relate the idea that when we open our mind to something that is perceivingly bad, okay, I'll take a step back even and create a little bit of explanation and backstory. So when we labeling something as bad, and we don't want to even consider, especially if it's something so vulnerable like recording yourself or creating some art, it can be really scary to face it. So we just detach ourselves from it. And we label everything as bad. But there are many little details there that can be used. Yeah, I'm repeating myself again. So when we take a step back and come with the open mind onto whatever we're creating, we start noticing these little details. And it actually becomes enjoyable. That's what I did in the last couple of days. I listened to my things and I actually started liking how I sound now. There is a lot of room for improvement, of course. I couldn't say it lightly. There is a lot of progress still to be made. But I found something that I can like already. And what it cost, what switches did it cause in me? Firstly, it became easier to start recording, to start creating this content, because I don't have this adversity. I don't think that everything I do right now is completely awful. There are some good things that I can find there. It becomes easier to create something. It becomes easier to just start and do it. And the next thing that can happen is, yeah, I noticed how I can improve. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Be open to what you're creating, to what you're putting out there, and it can be really beneficial. You will make a lot more progress if you will be open to your current state. I can, even in a couple of days practicing this, I can totally say that it changes things. So yeah. And I made another mistake, like I have another call right this minute, and so I have to wrap up really quickly. So I hope this was useful. Open your mind to what you're already creating, and see you next time. Have fun.